What women actually find attractive by Get Better. Let's jump into it.
The biggest mistake guys make when trying to become more attractive to women is that they often do it through the perspective of the male gaze instead of the female gaze. Now, this got me thinking, how can women be so into tall, jacked, masculine guys, but at the same time, loads of women are attracted to members of BTS? And how are sometimes attractive women together with men who look just about average? So here's what I realized. What women are attracted to has a huge variance, and the biggest mistake we make as guys is to try to cut it down to science, when it's anything but that. In this video, we're going to teach you the difference between what guys think women want versus what women actually find attractive. Part 1.
I'm gonna be honest though, a lot of attraction goes into preference. So, like some women, not even some, for a lot of women though, what I notice is they have an imprint. They have like a type, like they have like a guy who they dated when they were younger or one of their first relationships. And the guy makes an impact on them, like emotionally, physically, like they have this connection. And they normally tend to deal with guys like him. Like, you know how they say you dating the same person with different faces? That's what a lot of it is. A lot of it is in preference. And a lot of guys just think, oh, because I've seen women like this type of guy, I have to be that type of guy. Like, when it's really just preference.
The female gaze at its core is story-driven. There's a reason why the best-selling books every year are romance novels, and their biggest consumers are women. It's the same reason why artists and musicians throughout history have been loved by women. They use their creativity to tell a story. You also tell a story every time you walk out of a door. As a guy, you just don't realize it. The way you dress,
Oh my god, I'm freaking out.
your choice of hair,
What do you think is the best hairstyle a guy can have?
Fluffy middle part.
High fade.
If you have a mullet, it's good. Like long and out of the face, the longer hair, just like wavy.
the way you walk,
You see how they all said different things, bro? It is preference. The best thing you can do is though make yourself the most like physically attractive and then mentally attractive. If you do those two things, you will be fine. Because as a black man, you're not gonna get a fluffy middle part. Like it's not gonna happen, bro.
the way you hold eye contact,
You love design, so you're basically a match made in heaven, right, guys?
Interest, yeah.
and your body language. These all tell a story and women pick up on them. Part 2. Looks do matter. Women obviously are attracted to or prefer a handsome guy. A nice jawline, slight facial hair, height, a lean physique, darker features, and a mix of masculine and feminine features. If you wanted to create a guy that is attractive to the most amount of women worldwide, he'd probably look something like Cristiano Ronaldo or Michel Morone from the film 365 Days. But even when it comes down to looks, there's a huge variance in types. Women have preferences when it comes to a guy's ethnicity. They have preferences when it comes to a man's body type. Make a guy a bit more feminine and you have Zayn Malik. Make him more masculine and you have Chris Hemsworth. But remember, these are just ideals. As a guy yourself, you might like tall blondes. But that doesn't mean that you'll say no to short brunettes. So just like women have a type, that doesn't mean that they are automatically rejecting everything else. Part 3.
That's exactly why I say make yourself the most attractive that you can. Like that should be the goal. Because like he said, just because like let's say you're into white women and you're a black dude or whatever, just because a white woman that you find attractive, she typically dates Chads or white guys, that doesn't mean she can't look at a black guy and be like, oh, what? Like you can be told like, you know, this is normally my type, but I find you very attractive. So the best thing you can do is like make yourself generally attractive.
The black pill antidote. For some reason, when guys discover women's desire to have a man who's tall, rich, and fit, it makes them feel insecure about themselves and hopeless. If you spend an hour in any busy downtown square and observe couples through your male gaze, here's what you'll notice. Average guys with average girls and average guys with beautiful girls. This is because through the female gaze, women don't view male attractiveness as a purely physical equation. As men, we put so much effort into improving our physical attractiveness, and it's the only thing we compare when we see a couple. Now don't get me wrong, women crave a guy with a V-taper, just like us men are attracted to women with an hourglass body. At the end of the day, the first thing a woman sees when she first meets you is your face, right? Your humor, voice, smell, charisma, skills, your love language, And so many other aspects still determine how attractive you are through the female gaze. Women are attracted to so much more than just looks. Part 4, the female gaze is dynamic. Let me explain. If a girl is not attracted to a guy at first sight, the physical attraction can still grow a ton once she knows more about you. The majority of men fall into the "yeah, he's all right" category. As the girl gets to know him, he can either fumble it into "you, I would never," or elevate into "he's so hot." This is a bit.
And this is facts. This is facts. I have seen situations, especially at my job, where a woman first sees a man, she doesn't pay him any mind. But once they start working together every day and he becomes the work husband, everything changes, bro. That's why I say it's not just physical, it's mental too. If you can make a woman feel good, she will start to drift to you and you will start to go from a 4 in her eyes to a 7 or 8.
Hard to understand as a guy because when we see a beautiful girl at first, we fall in love instantly. Part 5, relative versus absolute. Let's talk about the 3 things that absolutely belong to the female gaze: height, income, and status. We've all heard the phrase 6 figures, 6 feet, and a 6-pack. All of these things are attractive, but most guys still get it wrong. When girls say they want a taller guy, this is a relative statement. It means that they want a man who's taller than them, and the same goes for income and status. Statistically, most couples have this one thing in common. The man is only a few inches taller than the woman, and the man makes only a bit more money. Status is a bit harder to calculate, but we can assume that this is probably true as well. And let's be honest, most guys lie about their height, which has given rise to false expectations of what 6 feet actually looks like. So as long as you're a few inches taller and make slightly more money than the woman you want to attract, you're going to be all right. Part 6, wide appeal versus niche maxing. A lot of men's content on improving attractiveness can sometimes spread the feeling that you need to appeal to as many people as possible. Some traits are universal, such as having good skin and an aesthetic body. But trying to appeal to as many girls as possible is pretty much impossible. Instead, find your niche and thrive in that area. If you're a gym guy and you're into bodybuilding, you're most likely going to attract fitness girls who share the same passions as you.
But that's why I tell like my homeboys who are like heavy into the gym, I'd be like, bro, like, because they be talking about like how they get more compliments from men than women. My thing about it is most women, they just like a guy who's decently lean. Ignore the dad bod shit, bro. Ignore all that. But women like dudes who are decently in shape. They don't want a C-bum. They don't want you to be the biggest jack guy in the room, like he said, unless you're a fitness girl. But once you know how to master, like he said, your niche and where you're at, bro, you're straight. Like my thing is, I don't try to be like, okay, how can I make myself look like Cristiano Ronaldo, like he used the example. I know I'm a black man. I know certain women like black guys, certain women don't like black guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, how can I be the most attractive black man? What are the most attractive black men doing that I can implement and put my own spin on? And I just focus on that. That's all I focus on. But I'm not worried about trying to be something that I'm not. Either you are something or you're not. Simple as that.
Looking at human psychology, most people end up together with people who are in their relative class and ethnic group. The same thing works here. Girls will find a guy who has similar hobbies or interests far more attractive than a guy who doesn't. Part 7, women don't like nice guys. Girls don't like nice guys because it shows their weakness and desperate feelings to win her attention. Naturally, women want something they can't have over something they can easily get. So not giving a girl too much attention is not necessarily a bad thing. That's why women like bad boys. Not because they are criminals or dangerous, but because they represent certain traits that are attractive.
I mean, this is a big psychology thing. Like, people always say nice guys finish last. Like, that's somewhat true, but at the same time, it's all about balance. I was talking to my girl about this the other day. Like, my girl told me how the guys before me would like love bomb her, how they would always be trying to chase her, and I was the exact opposite, and it bothered her at first. She thought that I wasn't interested in her, which made her more interested in me. And you just have to understand that you have to have a balance of putting yourself first, but caring about the woman that you're with. Like, yes, you want to do nice things for her and treat her well, but you got to put your goals first. You got to put yourself first to a degree. Like, you have to be like, okay, I don't like the way I'm being treated, or I don't like this. If something's bothering you, speak up on it and don't tolerate it. Like, be pleasant to be around. Don't be an asshole, but at the same time, show that you have self-respect more than anything. Don't chase her if she's not reciprocating the energy. Don't do things for her if she's treating you like shit. So many guys think the way to get a girl is over pursuing her. When it comes to women, less is always more.
They're typically confident, social, and stand up for themselves and the people around them. Girls like a guy who sets boundaries and doesn't let people run over him.
Facts.
Being a submissive pushover and a people pleaser is perhaps the most unattractive trait a man can have. And a bad boy represents the exact opposite of this. The traits behind being a bad boy make a girl attracted to them. And the same goes for being rich. It's not the actual money factor that makes a rich guy attractive, but rather the qualities behind acquiring wealth: hard work, determination, leadership, and courage. A lot of men are defining
And also freedom. That's another reason women like bad boys / rich guys. It comes with a sense of freedom. Obviously, if you're rich, like, there's financial freedom. You can travel, you can go places, you can do everything. And then as a bad boy, there's freedom because you do whatever you want. You live life on your own terms. And when a girl sees you like that, it's inspiring. Because how do most men live? Most men live control. They're following the beaten path. They're following the path everybody takes, the constant 9 to 5, the I can't do this because society looks at me this way. I have to behave this way. I have to be the nice guy. I have to be the sweet guy. Bad guys, like, I don't give a damn about what nobody talking about. I'm going to do what I want to do. And women can respect that because it's going against the grain. It's attractive.
their self-worth with the validation of being able to get attention from a beautiful girl. They are trying to compete with impossible standards or standards that they can never reach. And as these men are learning how to become more attractive to women, they come across videos that teach them to change their personalities and who they are, just to appeal to a girl. By making this video, I hope that you have gained a fuller picture of what women are actually looking for through the female gaze. Thanks.
This was an amazing video, y'all. I really hope you guys took something from this. And like I said, at the end of the day, if you want to attract more women or better women, from my personal experience, I've seen is work on yourself, like work on your physical. Yes, like, get haircuts, try to get in better shape, try to, work on your appearance. Also work on your mentality though. Like, don't be a pushover. Don't be a trick. Don't overly give yourself to somebody who's not reciprocating the energy. A lot of people mistake what simp means. A lot of guys think being a simp is having a girlfriend, or being a simp is treating a woman nicely or taking a woman out. That doesn't make you a simp. A simp, you're only a simp when you're in a weak position. You're only a simp when you're doing something with the wrong motives. But if you're a man who you meet a woman, she's genuinely interested in you, she's giving you the time of day, she's working to see you, she's trying to make you happy and do all these other things, you should literally treat that woman well. She's making your life easy and being good vibes and being genuine. Yes, be nice to that woman. Yes, treat that woman well. But if you're chasing after a woman who's showing you time after time she wants nothing to do with you, she's not interested, leave her over there, bro. Let her do her. You go focus on somebody who likes you. That's it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. That's it.